shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because you don't want to keep the laws and commandments of what God says. Alright, read.
To keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee this day. And they shall be...
And it says, and they, those curses, and they shall what?
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So these curses are for a sign. The destroyed state of mind, right? How we kill each other, hate each other. The fact that we're cursed in the city, cursed in the field. These curses will be a sign. What does a sign do? What is a sign? Huh? I can barely hear you. Give you a direction, okay. It's also a way to indicate something, right? If I'm looking for a Wells Fargo and I'm driving down the street, what am I going to look for? I'm going to look for the Wells Fargo sign. So if we are looking for who are these Israelites? Who fits these curses? Who did this happen to? What are we going to look for? What are the signs? Read it again.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
It says, and they, those curses, will be upon the Israelites for a sign. So that's how we'll be able to tell who the Israelites are. I'm looking at the Israelites right now because I can see all the signs of the curses are written on them. So I can see who the Israelites are. They're written on me. When I watched the videos for the first time, I was walking down the street and I seen for the first time, oh my God, that's my history. That's my people. I realized who I was. The curses was a sign for me to realize who I am. You know?
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So the curses will be upon our seed, our children, from this time that Moses was speaking all the way to 2020.
That's right.
All the way till today. These signs will be upon the Israelites to find out who they are, right? Now, let's get one of the curses. Give me verse 61. Give me verse 61. I'm going to show you one of the curses. We read one, curse in the city, curse in the field. Now let's see if this one lines up with who we are, okay? Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law.
So every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law. What does it mean not written in the book of this law? You know what that means? Like cancer. You read cancer in the Bible? But it's here, right? Okay. What about AIDS? Is that written in the book of the law? Have you ever read AIDS in the Bible? No, but that's a disease, right? Right? So it's saying every sickness and every plague that's not written, even the ones that's not written in here, will be what?
Them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Them will the Lord be upon them. Will the Lord place those plagues upon you, right? Until you be destroyed. Physically destroyed. Sickness and disease. Here's my question. Who is the highest in high blood pressure? What nationality of people ranks the highest in high blood pressure? Who? There you go. There you go. Israelites do. Israelites. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics. Now, who's the highest in heart disease? Look at him. This is my brother. Who's the highest in STDs? Go ahead, brother. Say it. Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We are the highest. Why? Because we don't keep the commandments. Because we don't follow God's laws. So guess what? Destruction came to us. All right? Give me that in Leviticus chapter 11. Now watch. I'm going to show you why physically we're highest in diabetes and heart disease. Here's a law that we don't keep. Here's a law that we said, I'm going to break this law, and this is why the punishment's been put upon us on our bodies physically. Read that, verse 7.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine.
And the swine. What's a swine? What's a swine? Huh? You know what a swine is? What's a swine, sis? You know what a swine is? Swine is a pig. Pig. Swine. You know what I'm saying? That's what a swine is. Swine is a pig. Alright? Read.
And the swine, though he divided the hoof.
So the swine has a hoof that's divided like that. right? So it's describing what a swine looks like. Read.
And be cloven footed. Yet he cheweth not the cud.
It says he cheweth not the cud. Y'all know what that is? To chew the cud? Y'all ever heard the phrase chew the cud on that? You ever heard that phrase before? All right, so what the cud is, watch this. It's a cow has more than one stomach. How many stomachs got? Like 5 stomachs? 2 stomachs?
Yeah.
So a cow got 2 stomachs. Meaning what? It chews the food up, swallows it, regurgitates it, chews it back up again to break it down, and swallows it again. Meaning what? That its meat is pure. But a pig does not have 2 stomachs. It only has 1 stomach. As a matter of fact, its body works a lot like a human body. So eating a pig is similar to eating a human body, except it's worse than eating a human body because pigs don't even sweat. So all of that, you know how when you eat pork, you put the bacon on the pot or whatever it is you got it in, and you get all that grease that pop up. It's more grease than you put like chicken or steak. It's way more grease, right? You know what that is? It's poison. It's poison. That's what it is. A pig can get bitten by a snake, by a poisonous snake, and not die. And it won't die. You know why? Because all that poison stays right in there. And guess what we do? We go and we eat it. Now watch what God says. Read it again from the top, verse 7.
And the swine, though he be cloven, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He's
unclean. His stomach is unclean. He don't eat like the food I said is clean. God gave us food that's clean, and then he said, this one's unclean, don't eat it. Right? Read.
He is unclean to you.
See that? He's unclean to you. Now, you had a nice truck pulling up. I see your truck pulling up, right? In the manual, it gives you a certain type of engine oil to put in there, right? The maker of that vehicle said, hey, listen, we made the vehicle. We know what to put in there, what not to, right? He says, don't put this type of engine oil in. What if you said, I'm going to do it anyway? What's going to happen to your truck? It's going to get jacked up. Now, God made us. He said, listen, I know exactly what to put inside of you. Don't put this, this, and that. Put this in it. What do? Jack it up. We jack it up. We say we smarter than God. That don't make no sense now, do it? But guess what? The Lord also grants repentance.
Get the plane up. Get the plane.
The Lord also grants repentance. We can stop eating that stuff. We can say, you know what, I'm done. Now watch, let's keep reading on. Let's find out some more things not to put in our bodies. Read on.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
They are unclean to you. Read verse 9. Now watch this. Read verse 9. Watch this.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters.
In the waters, in a lake, river, pond, ocean, whatever, it must have fins and scales. Not one or the other, or none at all. Now, here's my question. Does shrimp have fins? Does it have scales? Now, we wonder why our bodies as a people are so jacked up. As a people, why we're number 1 in all the health problems in the world. In the world. Watch, we're going to go back to it again. Go back, hold there. Go back to Deuteronomy 28:61. We're going to go back to why we're in this predicament. Because we read the law. We read the law. Fins and scales. Right? No pork. Right? We read the law. Now watch what God said again to us, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites. That's who you are. That's who y'all be. Okay? Read it again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 61. Also, every sickness and of every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee, until thou be destroyed.
Every sickness and every plague God will put on you. Why? Because we don't keep the commandments.
That's right.
A commandment is Don't eat pork. Now, how hard is it not to eat pork? You don't eat it? Do you eat pork? You eat pork, brother? You eat pork, sir? You eat pork, my brother? What about you, brother? You eat pork? Okay. How hard is it to stop eating? Pretty hard? Why? Is that the only meat available? It goes with the burgers. Brother. Listen, the Lord gave us chicken. He gave us lamb, goat, cow, turkey, everything else. And all those things you can find in the same aisle as the pork. So how hard is it to stop eating pork?
It's just a decision, yes or no. Yes or no.
It's a decision, right? Choose life or death, right? What you gonna choose? You gonna choose life, so that means you're gonna stop eating pork, right? All praises, all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, man. Hey, look, it's as simple as that. It's easy as that, right? It's easy. It's just a conscious decision. The battle is up here, right? Now, come on down here, bro. I want you to see something. Come on down here. Oh, yeah, come on down here. Come on down here. Look. Come on down here. I want y'all to take a look at this. Because just as easy as the decision was to stop eating pork was, we made a simple decision to start sinning. And that's what got us in this situation right here. If you look at this. You see this right here? We was put in slavery on slave ships. Now go to Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. I want you to listen to this really quick. We're going to go back to why we're in this situation. Now we just read one law. Easy law to keep. Don't eat pork. Stop eating shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish. They don't have fins and scales. Stop eating it. It's destroying the body, right? And go back to Deuteronomy 28:15. Read this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you don't listen to what God says, if you don't keep the commandments, like the one we just read, which is only one of them, there's many more. If you don't do that, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
One of those curses was the diseases. Look at this. Being put on slave ships. Now, is that in the Bible? Is us coming here to the United States of America on slave ships in captivity, is that written in the Bible? That's my question. Hold on a second. Let me get this question, and I'm gonna let you answer. All right, brother. Hold that thought. Remember your question. All right, I want to answer. Now, is that written in the Bible? No. What'd you say, sir? You don't know? What about you, my brother? Is us coming into slavery on slave ships in the Bible? What about you, brother? You say no? Okay. Now let's find out. Let God be true and every man a liar. We all agree with that, right? So let's find out. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
The Bible says the Lord will bring you into Egypt. What does the word Egypt mean? Let's find out what Egypt means according to the Bible. Because the original name for Egypt was Mizraim. And Egypt, in the Greek, means double straits, which means like between a rock and a hard place. That's what it means. Okay, double straits. So let's find out what Egypt means. Read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt. Read.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. So it's giving the similarities between Egypt and bondage, meaning what? It's the same thing. Egypt is synonymous with bondage. Bondage is synonymous with slavery, captivity. Same thing, right? We all agree. Okay, go back to Deuteronomy. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So the Bible says the Lord will bring you into Egypt or slavery. Read.
Again with ships.
Now, is us going into slavery on ships in the Bible? I'm asking one more time now. That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible. And this was prophesied over 4,000 years ago to Moses. Prophesied to Moses and the Israelites. To a specific group of people. Now now you see right here, the brothers holding up the sign. They got us from all over the place. From up in Europe, because we was ruling up there. They brought us from all different types of places and started spreading us around all over the earth. That's written in the Bible. Read it. Verse 64.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
The Lord shall do what?
Shall scatter thee among all people.
That's right here. That's the transatlantic slave trade. That's the sub-Saharan slave trade. Being scattered among all people means scattered in every nation. Now that not only happened to the so-called blacks, that happened to the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans too. In 1492, when Columbus came over this side, and then Cortez and Ponce de Leon and all them guys, they came and did the same thing to them. They scattered them all across the world. That's our history. The Bible is our history book. It's not a book written by white people. It's not a book. It's not a universal book. It's our history book.
That's right.
And it tells us what will happen to us and how to get out of the situations. It literally it lines it all up for us. It's right there. But we've been taught differently inside the churches, and that's why we come out here. The prophets of the Lord come back out here to go out and teach the people their true nationality. That's why I was telling you, when you were saying you was black and African American, like, nah, they lied to us. Everything is a lie. This Bible is true, but what they told us is a lie.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.